Some preachers don't want any spiritual accountability. They don't want anybody asking them how they're doing spiritually. They don't want to report to anybody anything. They just want to be accountable to God. But you know what the Apostle John said, that if you don't love your brother, you don't love God. And you know, you've seen that scripture, and the person who says, well, I hate everybody else, but I love, you know, I just all I need is God, right? You ever heard anybody say that? All I need is God.
Yeah.
Churches are, you know, churches just hypocrites, and you know, pastors are just after money, and my family, you know, they're no good, and so on. All I need is God. Well, according to John, if you say you just love God, you probably don't love God either, right? Because it's easy to say that about God. Okay, He's invisible, and you can kind of make it whatever you want. You know, you don't get along with anybody else, and so you can kind of make what, you know, your relationship with God can be just kind of whatever you claim it is. Well, that principle, not only is it love, but it's kind of that way of everything else too. If a person says, well, I'm not going to obey anybody except God, well, you're probably not obeying God either. Okay? I'm not going to be accountable to anybody except God. Well, you're probably not accountable to God either. You're just making up your own thing. Think about that. If a person cannot submit to anybody else's authority, is he submitting to God's authority? Probably not. If he can't stand for anybody to ask him questions about what he's doing and to report to anybody, do you really think he's totally submitting to God? Very unlikely.